Imagine encountering someone who just seemed to have a truly malevolent energy. It's as if they're not really doing anything, they're sending shivers down your spine, and you just feel like running away from them. If there's someone that came to mind, well, the chilling reality is that you might be dealing with a truly evil person. And today, we're diving deep into the 10 signs that you're dealing with a truly evil person. Because the truth is, they're not that easy to recognize. Number 1. They enjoy seeing others fail. When you let an evil person into your inner circle, they'll use all sorts of tactics to manipulate your perspective, making you only see the negative side of things. This is because finding satisfaction in the failures of others is a trait that evil people possess. They not only revel in these failures, but also eagerly await others' continuous downfall. That's not all. They'll sabotage your chances of success. They see your success as a threat, so they'll do everything they can to bring you down and make you lose hope. Number 2. They have a weird vibe. When you feel negative energy from someone, don't brush it off. Experts say that people give off emotional vibes that can stick around. Our emotions create an energy field that can affect others, shaping how they think and feel about us. So we often feel uncomfortable around not-so-nice folks because we feel that negative energy they give off. Feeling that evil vibe might be a bit tricky at first, but trust your gut because it'll give you clear signals. So, when it's telling you to stay away from certain people, listen up. Number 3. They're pathological liars. Sometimes, people might resort to creating white lies to keep things smooth in a relationship and avoid complications. But evil people lie just because it gives them pleasure. These folks enjoy weaving intricate but made-up tales to boost their social status and stroke their ego. They constantly come up with stories to paint the picture that they live an incredibly exciting life. Worse, they won't hesitate to spread lies about others, especially if they'll get something out of it. Ultimately, they don't care about the consequences of their lies. Number 4. They believe they're perfect. Speaking of lying, evil people often resort to telling lies to keep up the illusion of perfection, which is driven by their unwavering belief in their own infallibility. It's really tough for someone evil to admit when they're wrong or acknowledge others' correctness. They just can't handle the idea of being imperfect and think everything they say or do is always flawless. It's as if everyone is wrong and they are right. Their psychological state is all about flawed assumptions. They think admitting mistakes means they're flawed to the core. Also, their ego gets in the way, stopping them from taking responsibility and fixing things up. Number 5. They don't show their authentic selves. Concealing their true essence is a skill mastered by those with malicious intent. They effortlessly morph into different personas to adapt to the circumstances they find themselves in. With time, they craft a multitude of identities they can use in different scenarios. As people and situations evolve, so do the narratives they create. And they're all carefully curated to project a particular image to the world. And that's exactly why it's so hard for others to really grasp who they truly are. By the way, make sure to subscribe if you've learned something new today. Number 6, they're experts at manipulating others. Evil people use all sorts of manipulative tactics to get what they want without feeling any remorse. For instance, they'll play mind games and make others feel guilty about something, so these people will think they have no choice but to give them what they desire to make up to them. What's really shocking is how good evil people are at manipulative techniques. Not to mention, they keep coming up with even more sophisticated ways to influence people. You may even get the impression that they are your friend and that they care about you. But in reality, they're just giving you their attention because they're trying to accomplish their ulterior motive. Number 7. They have an extreme sense of entitlement. The thing about evil people is that they have this ridiculously self-centered perspective. They truly believe that the world owes them everything, so they demand nothing less than the absolute best in everything. We're talking about the fanciest job, the most luxurious car, a high social status, and whatnot. They think they deserve it all. These people go through life expecting others to give them what they want and need. And when they don't get what they want, they tend to get all melodramatic, exaggerating their reactions just to make it all about them. And on top of that, they apply double standards. They think it's totally fine to ignore their own obligations and promises, but heaven forbid if someone else does the same to them. Number 8. They won't do anything for others unless they see it as beneficial to them. It's easy to describe evil people as totally self-centered. This is because they only care about their own goals and satisfaction. Whether they assist others or not depends on whether it benefits them. Genuinely helping others is not in their vocabulary. There's an ulterior motive behind their actions. Because they lack empathy, they have this habit of disregarding other people's emotions. All they care about is achieving their own goals, regardless of whether someone else gets hurt along the way. Number 9. They have plenty of enemies. You know, evil people can actually come across as overly friendly. For instance, they may show you just how great they are, but it's just a front to hide their lack of real friends. You may not imagine it because of their behavior, but the truth is that they've actually managed to make quite a few enemies. Moreover, the longer you interact with them, you start to realize something. As time goes on, you'll notice that they never seem to have anything good to say about people from their past. In their stories, they always talk about how they had to cut ties with former friends because of misunderstandings, for instance. But don't be surprised when these made-up tales eventually catch up with them and their past finally comes back to haunt them. Well, guess what? You're not safe from their vindictiveness. When you find out all the negative stuff they said about you behind your back, you'll see why they've made so many enemies. Number 10. They're hateful. As you can probably imagine, evil people have a real knack for holding on to intense hatred. They completely disregard the thoughts, feelings, and needs of others. And what's worse is that they never seem to see anything wrong with their actions or words, no matter how awful they might be. At work, for example, it's like they always have something to criticize about everything. Whether it's their tasks, their superiors, their working hours, or their coworkers, they just seem to find fault all the time. As a friend, they really excel in pessimism. By this, we mean they always manage to find fault in everything about you, like your outfit, your thoughts, your hair color, your walk, or even your reactions. And their insults are just so irrational and never-ending. But trying to confront them is just a waste of time because their reactions are just explosive. And if you liked this video, then check out these related videos to see more. And make sure to subscribe and leave a comment saying I subscribed, and we will personally reply to your comment.